Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 11 of winning a national title with every team in the game here on College Football 26. If you guys have missed any of the episodes, up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist from episode 1 to 11. If you guys do want to see a team that we have not done before, write a comment down below. Name of the team that you guys want to see win a national championship. Of course, down in the description below will be a record of every team that we have done so far, just so you don't say the same team we've already done. Obviously, we've gone through 10 teams. We still got over 100 to go. So, new episode means new team, which means we get a wheel spin. Again, if you guys want to bypass the wheel, put a comment down below. But let's spin the wheel, and let's see which team we are going to get here in episode 11. And that team is going to be, I believe that's Troy. That is Troy. So, we are going to Troy. I think that is in the Sun Belt. I could be wrong. Nope, they are. They are a 69 overall. One of the, I guess, middle-of-the-road Sun Belt teams. So we'll have to see how we do. We are a 2-star prestige. So we will take that. We are going to be Parker here. They've actually done pretty well, at least in 22 and 23. So they've been okay. We will check our coaching abilities here with Troy. We do have recruiter, strategist, and tactician, mostly for the offense, so that's okay. So our offensive coordinator will be gone. Same thing with our defensive coordinator. So we got to find some new coordinators next season, which I guess will be okay. But let's check out the roster here a little bit. We do have an 83 overall wide receiver of Ra Thomas, who's a 91 speed. We have a lot of seniors as the top. Literally our first, 8 or so guys. Wait, hold on. That's 4. Our first 10 guys. The top 10 guys are all seniors, which does kind of suck. But Crowder wants to leave because of championship contender. That's a little unfortunate. Adam Ford, though, again, also wants to leave. We got a lot of people wanting to leave, but really no good development traits for quarterback. Running back, we do have a star dev, but of course he is going to be gone after the season. Anything else, really? I mean, we're going to need everything. We do have a star dev for Mojo, but he wants to leave due to brand exposure. Nice. Tight end's pretty solid. However, we don't really have anything behind him. This team's going to need a lot of help because we're losing a lot of seniors, a lot of good players. And I feel like we're going to take a step back. We have no corners with speed. Yeah, we're going to take a major step back after this year. But, hey, you never know what we're going to do here. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and set up everything. And I'll see everyone at the end of season 1 here with Troy. And here we are at the end of season number 1 here with Troy. We go 8-4 here on the season. And 7-1 in the Sun Belt. We actually did pretty well. Our 3 losses, or 3 of our 4, came against number 1 Clemson, Memphis, and Buffalo, and UL. So we won every other game after that. FCS, we only won by 2. I mean, we were a close game against Clemson by 4. They went 12-0 on the season. Then we got blown out by Memphis and Buffalo. We then beat South Alabama, Texas State, UL Monroe. Lost by 6 to Louisiana, but then won every other game, and now we get to play James Madison, and we did fire our coordinators for this next season. So this one will be a little bit different because we are going to go week by week instead of just simulating to the end of season recap, just so we can get our under coordinators in here. So we do sign a 4-star wide receiver. He actually did want to come here, so we'll take it. We do lose. We are 8-5. We do get the Sun Belt of the week, player of the week with an interception, 2 tackles, and a deflection, so that's good. But Cade Klubnik wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns with a 66% completion percentage. We're playing Iowa State in the New Mexico Bowl, so we do get a bowl game. It's a pretty decent bowl game as well. But now we got to hire our coordinators, and let's see what we got here. I kind of want someone that has some decent level. Maybe this guy. I mean, it's mostly motivator. Could try to get Akron's. Why is it not? There we go. Let's try to get Akron's head coach. I mean, he probably won't take it because he's being offered a lot of head coaching jobs elsewhere. But let's see on defense. We're going to try to find someone with some decent things here. There's not very many good coordinators, though, out here. This guy's decent enough. So Schreiber is so far the best option. We're probably not going to get Fran Brown. I don't think there's a shot, but we can go ahead and try. We ball, you know. I'd be very surprised if we get him, but you never know. But let's go ahead and advance the week. See if we do get any of those coordinators. I'm highly expecting no. We also lost again. We are 8-6. We are up to a 2-star prestige. We were a 1.5-star earlier. And we do get our defensive coordinator. Fan Brown is going to be our defensive coordinator. That's big. He's a talent developer. We do still need a offensive coordinator. We can try Hawaii's head coach. I don't think we're going to get him, but you never know what can happen. Let's advance the week. And then we'll also go over our stats as well here on the season. We do have a lot of people wanting to transfer out. That's normal. I don't think we got him. We did not. He rejected our offer. I mean, there's no way we're getting this guy. We'll try to hire Aaron Watson. I know he's a head coach, but you never know. Trying to get one of our last coordinators here. And we got him. So we do get an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator. Let's check on the stats on the season, then we'll advance one more week. Crowder, 3,600 yards, 25 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's a very good season from Goose Crowder. Cooley had over 1,300 yards with 11 touchdowns. He wants to leave due to pro potential, which is very unfortunate, but, you know, he's a senior anyways. Lovett, though, does want to leave. Fitzgerald wants to leave. Receiving-wise, Higgins at over 872. Thomas at 850. So that's pretty decent. 8 touchdowns and 4, respectively. Stringer led the team with tackles. Davis with tackles for a loss with 16. He also had 10.5 sacks. We had a couple of interceptions. 8 to be exact. We had no defensive touchdowns. We did have a couple. We had a lot of deflections. We did force a good amount of fumbles and recovered most of them. We did not have any blocked kicks nor safeties. Kicking-wise, we were perfect for extra points and missed 2 field goals. And punting-wise, we had 71 punts, 13 inside the 20, and 14 touchbacks. And no kick or punt return touchdowns here this season either. So let's advance one more week to see the national championship and see who wins it all here in Season 1 with Troy's season. SMU defeats Penn State 42-17 with Navy, Texas Tech, Ohio State, Clemson, and South Carolina were the automatic qualifiers. With USC, Vanderbilt, you can tell we're in a simulation. Utah, Indiana, and Texas, along with SMU and Penn State as the at-large bids. So congrats to them. It is now on to the offseason here, and we'll go with players leaving first. We're going to have a lot here, but 8-6 team is not terrible. But we need to keep Lovett, and he's gone. Meadows, and he is also gone. I mean, most of these guys are probably going to leave, maybe besides Carter. Hey, Carter decided to stay. Abraham, nope, he's gone. Anyone else have, like, good depth traits that I can want to keep around? I guess Lang. Why is he wearing a helmet? What is happening? Anyways, he's the only one with a helmet. I'm so confused. Anyways, he decided to bring a helmet to the picture. Wild. Okay. But I don't know what's happening in this game. Anyways, let's advance the week. We'll see if we have anyone get into the draft. I don't believe so. We did not. So no one got drafted. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. And after the portal, we signed 32 players, which is pretty solid. We are in the Sun Belt, which is the best Sun Belt, with 2 4-stars, 23 3-stars, and 7 2-stars. And let's see if we get any good development traits here. Probably not in the first couple guys, because either all of our 2-stars. Couple normal, a lot of normals actually. We do get a star dev will linebacker who's a 3-star. So that's going to be good. And we get an elite dev halfback who's a 4-star. One of our centers who is a 4-star. Both of our normals who are 4-star players. But elite dev, Isaac, with an elite dev halfback. So that's going to be very, very nice. Couple more impacts, couple more normals. We do get another star with a defensive tackle with a freshman transfer. After that, it was just pretty much nothing. So let's go into position changes, see if we need to make any moves. I have one athlete. He is a power rusher, so he will have to go be a power rusher, and he'll be our left edge. Quarterbacks, we have 4 of them. We still have Crowder and Ford. Halfbacks an 83 with Kenyon Clay. Of course, we now have Isaac here, who is a north-south blocker, so he doesn't have that much speed. But he has elite dev, so you never know what can happen. Wide receivers definitely need speed still. Good on offensive line, but we're probably going to move our... who's your slowest? Larry Johnson's going to move to left guard. Because A, he's slow, so guard will be better for him. Offensive line is actually looking pretty solid now. Defensive line, Sam linebacker is pretty rough. So Donnell Ware will move over to Sam linebacker, because that's a 58 overall over there. I'd rather have a 70 overall playing. But safeties are okay. We have our kicker punter, so we are good. So we don't need to make any more movements. So let's advance the week, and we will go over everything. We had 2,500 XP. And let's see how training results went, our favorite part of it. And Kenyon Clay is still our best player as an 84. But Dortch went up +6. So that's nice. Our quarterback went up +2 to a 79. Adam Ford's up to a 78. Halfback, of course, 84. Wide receiver, 81, 77, 73, 72. Anyone else get like some big upgrades? We got +5 for Screws Jr. I don't believe so. A couple +5s, +4s. We get a couple +6s, but nothing too much here. Again, we are not a motivator ourselves, but we do have this. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get boosted visits for running backs, because our offensive coordinator does have some motivator. He actually has mostly for the offense, so that's actually going to be very, very nice. And our defensive coordinator doesn't really have it, but he does have talent developer and elite recruiter. He just doesn't have it to where we can give more points, but everything else looks pretty solid. What's his talent developer looking like? Starting defensive backs XP faster. That's actually going to be very, very nice. So we'll gladly take that. I'm happy we took him from Syracuse. So let's advance the week. See, I don't think we need to encourage any transfers, because I think we are well under the limit. And yeah, we are. We're well under. So let's advance the week, and we'll see how this team is overall. We're right now at 69 overall. I think we probably should be up in like the low 70s. We are 70 overall. 71 offense, 69 defense. Still a lot of people wanting to leave, but hopefully we can change that. But anyways, that's going to end Season 1. It's on to Season 2 here with Troy. And here we are at the end of Season 2 here with Troy. We go 8-4 again. This time, however, we don't make the conference championship game. We actually started out 2-0, beating Sam Houston FCS, then losing to Mississippi State on a close loss. Then beating Tech State and Arkansas State. Lost South Alabama, won 2 in a row. Lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won 1. The only bad loss we had was, I guess, 2 against UL, of course, and then Missouri. They went 3-9. They went 0-8 in the SEC. That's a yikes, but still, we will keep our coordinators as well. We should get a bowl game. Of course, we'll advance probably 1 or 2 weeks just so we guarantee our coordinators here at least. We'll advance 1 more week just to get into bowl season because our coordinators are pretty good. We do sign a 3-star wide receiver. We'll take that. We do lose a 4-star. But since we did sign a couple 4-stars, but Arch Manning wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,300 yards passing. We round up around here. 43 touchdowns with a 70% completion percentage. And we'll be playing Middle Tennessee in the New Orleans Bowl. So another bowl game. We will advance this week, and then we'll go over the stats of the season. We'll see if we have one of our coaches move. We did win. We are 9-4 here on the season. We win the New Orleans Bowl, and Kenyon Clay sets the single-season rushing yards record this season with just 13 games. And of course, we are the New Orleans Bowl winner. I think they're good. I don't think, they're good. They're both C's, and I think we're gonna be fine for right now. So let's go over the stats of the season. Crowder played 9 games. He got hurt at some point. And Adam Ford came in. 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 7 of 5 for Ford. 1,600 yards for Crowder and 1,100 for Adam Ford. And he might be gone after the season. Rushing-wise, though, Clay had 1,400 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns for our transfer halfback. Fitzgerald also got hurt, had 451 and 6. Adam Ford also ran 101 and 1 on the ground. Dortch led the team with 859 receiving yards with 6 touchdowns. Bryant also had 6 as well. Defensive-wise, Poe led the team with 75 tackles. Shaw with tackles for a loss with 13 and 5 sacks. We didn't have many interceptions this year. We only had 5. Poe had 2. Bradford, Crowell, and Manu had interceptions. No touchdowns. We did force a good amount of fumbles and recovered most of them. We did have a blocked kick, but no safeties. Kicking-wise, we were perfect for extra points and missed one field goal. So that's actually pretty decent. Punting-wise, we did punt 70 times for 3,000 yards, 10 inside the 20, and 9 touchbacks. And no kicker punt return touchdowns here this season either. So let's go ahead and simulate to the instance recap. See how everything goes in Season 2. Let's see if SMU can win again. I don't know if they made it at all in the college football playoff. We'll find out, though. But a 9-win season is pretty solid here in Season 2. It does not look like they made it. They did not. Georgia beats Ohio State 30-24 with Oklahoma State, Tulane, UCLA, Miami, and Alabama winning their respective conferences, with Florida, Nebraska, Ohio State, Texas, TCU, Georgia, and Notre Dame as the at-large bids. So congrats to them, and let's move on to our next week here for players leaving. And again, we are going to have a lot of players leave, more than likely. Lang will leave this time instead of staying. Fitzgerald will also leave. Adam Ford is going to stay. That's a big one to keep as well. Blake's going to leave. Downs will stay. Hampton will stay. And Watts will stay. So we do keep a good amount, but we are losing a couple 80 overalls here on the offense. So that will hurt us eventually down the road, but I feel like we'll be fine later on. But anyways, I will see if we have anyone get drafted this season. We do sign a 3-star tackle as soon as we start here-wise. The offseason recruiting, I should say. But we don't have anyone drafted again. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 29 players here on the season. That is pretty good for, again, the best. And we also have the 36th best ranked class in the nation with 3 4-stars and 26 3-stars here in this season. So let's see if we got any good development traits. We do get a star dev almost immediately with an athlete that is a contested specialist, so he's a wide receiver. 6'5", 193. It's pretty good. A lot of impact devs to start. That's honestly very, very good. A couple normals, a lot more normals, a couple more impacts. We do get a star dev, 4-star wide receiver. We also get an impact dev for the 4-star halfback. We get another star dev for a transfer wide receiver. So we'll take that. But no elite devs, just a bunch of normals and impacts. A couple stars, but nothing really too many. But let's get into moving people around. We have 4 athletes to move. This guy, again, is a power rusher. He'll move to left edge. Again, contested specialist. He will be a wide receiver. We needed some wide receivers anyways. This guy's a thumper. This guy is a linebacker. I'm going to put him at actually Sam linebacker because I know Sam linebacker's kind of looking a little rough. This guy is also a thumper, and he will go be a Mike linebacker. I don't know. Same thing at this point. Anyways, quarterback is still Adam Ford, 78 overall. We have a couple impacts behind him. We're still looking for our main quarterback to lead us to victory. Running backs, Wayshawn Parker is an 86 overall. McReynolds is an 81. Our freshman of Fitzpatrick. It is playing time. He's a 74 overall, but he's going to be buried in the depth chart behind a couple of these guys, especially with Isaac here as a 73 overall, and he's a redshirt freshman. Wide receiver, we actually have Cam here with 97 speed, 96 acceleration. He's going to be very, very good. It's brand exposure, and now he wants to leave. Nolan, though, does have 90 speed. We have a couple, at least, speed guys now at wide receiver. Offensive line is looking okay. Just need to develop there. Defensive line's looking all right. Linebackers looking okay. Corners just need to develop. Safeties were all right. And, of course, our kicker and punter are our kicker and punter. So let's advance the week, see if we get, or we'll go over training results because we get 2,800 XP. Again, we are still a 2-star prestige, but only a couple people now want to transfer out. Not too many players want to leave. And we do get an impact an impact for Darby dev upgrade. That's the only one we get. So, we have an 89 overall for Wayshawn Parker. We have a +7 for Cam. He's up to an 87. We also have Scrooge Jr. getting a +7 as well. So we have a couple guys getting a big upgrade, especially Isaac here with +8. And now it's pro potential. And that's going to kind of... Although, it should move up because Wayshawn Parker should get drafted. But Adam Ford is up to an 80 overall. So pro potential should improve because we have both McReynolds and Parker. McReynolds won't, but I think Parker will. He'll probably be in like the 5th round or so. Wide receiver, 87 and a +7 and a +8. That's pretty solid. We'll take that. One is a junior redshirt and one is a senior. Anyone else get some bigger upgrades? We got a +7 for one of our offensive linemen. We got a +5. We got a +8 for our right edge. +9, I think, is our best out of the bunch. We got a +7 for Manu. But I think that's going to be it. So we got a couple good upgrades this season. And now we'll advance to the next week, and we will go over, see if we need to encourage any transfers. I don't think we will, because I still think we are under the limit, because we have the same amount still under the limit. So got to get some more players this season compared to last, and hopefully we don't have as many people wanting to transfer out compared to last season. But we are now a 76 overall. And now people want to leave because of championship contender. That is 8 of them. We have 13 for pro potential as well. That's 7. I mean, we have about 20 players wanting to leave. So I mean, it's going to happen with these smaller schools. However, that's going to end Season 2. It's on Season 3 here with Troy. And here we are in Season number 3 here with Troy, where we go 10-2 on the season. Having to play James Madison, and both teams are ranked out in the Sun Belt. But Our only losses came against ranked Miami and then a 2-point loss to Arkansas State. And that Miami game, we only lost by 8 to 12-0. Number 1 Miami. And after that loss to Arkansas State, we just went on a roll. So if we can beat JMU here, that would be us having a win. And having an 11-win season, which sure already would be our best record so far in these 3 seasons. But it all just depends. And we did. And we're ranked 11th? So that means we're making the college football playoff in year number 3 with Troy. I did not think this was going to happen this early. I'm going to be honest. I'm ready to be one and done but with Troy here, but that's kind of surprising that we are going to the college football playoff here in season 3. But 11-2 as a 74 overall. I mean, sure. Austin Simmons wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,500 passing yards, 50 passing touchdowns with a 66% completion percentage. And we'll be taking on Nebraska in the college football playoff. Yeah, we're going to have some fun with this one. I guess we can take a look and see who made it. Tulane, Troy, Nebraska, Ole Miss, and Miami were the automatic qualifiers, winning their respective conferences, with Alabama, Penn State, Notre Dame, Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, and UConn as the at-large bids. But yeah, season 3, we are to make it in the college football playoff and have to play an 89 overall Nebraska. Let's just go ahead and get on with it, and we'll take our loss and hopefully improve this team later on, because championship contenders should move way up with us making it to the college football playoff, and everything else should be moving up as well. We're going to start on offense first. We'll go by quarter until it gets pretty bad. After punt, Nebraska gets a field goal, then we get a field goal. So 3-3, and they'll have goal to go to start the second quarter, and they will get a field goal. They will get the first touchdown of the game to go up 13-3 at the half. So a 2-score lead for Nebraska at home. We have really done nothing on offense. It's 20-3. And with this being the end of the game, we'll just fast forward. I don't think we're scoring 17 unanswered. They score another one. We can't even score a touchdown. We lose 27-3 against Nebraska on the road. I mean, it was tied after 1. We can hang our hat on that, I guess. But not a great season overall, or not a great way to end it, but a really good season overall. I mean, we'll gladly take that season because we had a very, very nice season getting into the college football playoff here in season 3. But let's take a look at the stats. We had Adam Ford go off with 3,000 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Washawn Parker had 1,200 rushing yards with 9 touchdowns. McReynolds had 195 with 3. Isaac with 194 and 7. Cam had 921 yards and 9 touchdowns. Thomas 811 and 2. Tate had 564 and 5. 04 led the team with tackles with 88. Downs led for tackles for loss and sacks. We only had a couple interceptions. Again, 6 of them? 6 picks. No defensive touchdowns. We did force a good amount of fumbles and recovered. Crowell forced 4 fumbles. That's insane. Kicking-wise, we did miss a couple field goals. We missed 2 and made every extra point. Punting-wise, we had 62 punts, 8 inside the 27 touchbacks. No kickoff or punt return touchdowns here in Season 3 either. So I'm going to advance one more week because I have a feeling one of our coordinators will be gone. But not very many people want to transfer out, mostly due to pro potential. 04 wins the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week, probably because we're like one of the only ones playing, and I guess they're going to stay for another year. So we'll take it. We're advancing to the end of season recap to see who wins it all here in Season 3. We go up to a 2.5-star prestige. Coach stability improves. Coach prestige improves as well. So we're going to have some pretty good stuff for that. It's just people want to leave due to pro potential and brand exposure, and it's mostly our defensive line and our wide receiver wants to leave. But it is what it is and taking a look at the bracket. And Alabama defeated Nebraska 42-38 to win it all here in Season 3. So congrats to them. Let's go ahead and jump into the next round here. Or I guess players leaving. Now, we only have a couple compared to normal. Cam is going to leave. Marcus Downs will stay. That's a big one to stay. Isaac's going to leave. Mercer's going to leave. Worley's going to leave. Ash is going to leave. Man is going to leave. Man, we only keep one. We only keep one player. But it is Marcus Downs, who's a junior with Star Dev. That is a big player to keep around, especially with us for that. But taking a look, we do have one player projected to get drafted. It is Wayshawn Parker in the 5th round. Maybe gets a little bit better, but you never know. But it's going to be good to at least have someone drafted into the NFL. It's only the 5th round, but it's still going to be pretty good for that wise. But we shall see how it goes overall. We do level up to level 27. Pro potential does go down for some people, but hey, it is what it is, and we get him in the 4th round. So that helps out a little bit more. But I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 29 players, which would be good for the best in the Sun Belt and almost a top 25 class after we signed 6 4-stars, 22 3-stars, and 1 2-star here in this class. So let's see if we get any good development traits. We got a couple impact devs. We do get a star dev for Joey Head. He's a star dev with he was on gym already that we knew. So also get another star dev for Cleveland, who was a halfback athlete. We also get another star dev for a wide receiver of Serge Clapp. So, heck yeah. We also get another star dev for DJ Pickett, a corner. What a name for a corner. But other than that, though, a lot of normal devs, a lot of impact devs. So, we are good there. But let's take a look, see if we need to move anybody. We do need to move 2. These guys both. This guy is a thumper. Do I need more Sam, Will, or Mike linebackers? I need Sam linebackers. So this guy, Rashad Fries, probably Freeze, to be honest with you, will go play Sam linebacker. And then Cleveland, who is a halfback, will go play halfback. 6'7" overall, but he does have star dev. So we will we'll gladly take it. Quarterback is an 80 overall with Adam Ford. Of course, he might improve more. We do have a lot more quarterbacks now that still only have normal devs. We do have a star dev, again, with Joey Head, but he's going to take some time. Halfbacks with Brett Beckner. He is up to an 80. He's an 81, but he has a blocking running back. Well, maybe he gets a big upgrade. I don't know. Wide receiver, we do have 190 speed. That's about it. No one else has speed. Offensive line, again, just needs to develop. Defensive line's looking actually pretty solid. Again, Sam linebackers, okay. Corners, we are looking pretty good. DJ Pickett's an 88 overall, and Willie Goodwin is an 80 overall with 97 speed, 99 excel. That's pretty dang good. Kicker's an 81, and our punter's a 78. So we have everyone there, so we can go ahead and advance the week into trading results, our favorite thing, to see what we get. Really, we're not going to take into the fact that only 4 people want to transfer out, but we do get a dev upgrade for Crowell. He's up to an impact dev. That is it, though. That is the only one that improves his development trait. Pickett's up to a 92. He is the best on the team. Downs is up to an 85. He's a senior, of course. Quarterback is still an 80. He stayed the exact same. Coker's up to a 76. Beckner's up to an 85. We also got Fitzpatrick with a +8. He's up to an 82. 83, actually, with the boosts. Wide receivers up to an 83 with Nolan. He's a sophomore, too. Henry went up +9. We also have Coker with +11. We got a lot of good upgrades from our wide receiver room. And a lot of young guys getting a lot of good improvements with +7 and +9 and +11 for the 2 sophomores and the redshirt freshmen. Tight ends an 82. We went up big. A lot of guys with some good upgrades this year. That's what we like to see. 80 overall for Tadarius Collins. We also have Duke Suggs at an 80 overall and Downs at an 85. So our defensive line's looking pretty solid. We also have Joshua Ofo with 84 overall, Mike linebacker. Terrence Davis went up to an 80 as well. We always, of course, know Pickett, Goodwin, up to an 85. We have two guys with 97 speed out corner. We also have Manu at 90. We also have House and Crowell also at 90 as well. So that's good. Free safeties up to a 75. Strong safeties to 73. Kickers an 83. And punters an 80. So this team looking pretty solid. Again, though, we are still plenty of seasons away from actually getting this done. But I don't think we need to encourage any transfers. We are 7 under. We are only 3 under. We were 7 last year, so. But with how this team has performed so far as a lower overall, you never know what can happen here. But heading into Season 4, this team is a 79 overall with a 79 offense and 81 defense. We have 2 halfbacks wanting to transfer out, couple wide receivers, defensive line, and a Mike linebacker, but that's it. Only a couple, so nothing to worry about there. But let's head into, now finishing Season 3, let's head into Season 4. And here we are in Season number 4 with Troy, and again, we move up another win. We have an 11-win season here in Season 4 in the conference championship game facing Coastal Carolina. So if we can get another win, our only lost game against Clemson, then we won 11 in a row. FCS, UL, UAB, BYU, App State, Arkansas, South Alabama, and you get the rest. We actually shut out the last 2 teams, so we haven't allowed a point in a very long time, and we beat Coastal Carolina early on this season. So it would be nice if we can get another one and have a 12-win season. However, we probably won't make the college football playoff. We do lose. So we are 11-2 on the season, which I'm okay with that. We're somehow still ranked. I don't know how, but sure. We'll take it. But no college football playoff here for this time for us, but we do sign a 4-star wide receiver of Gabe Skaggs. That is a big get for us. We are an 81 overall, 84 defense now after some upgrades during the season. Jake Wakefield, though, wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,400 yards, 43 touchdowns with a 68% completion percentage. Don't know why it shows completion percentage, but here we are. We are going to be playing FIU in the Boca Raton Bowl, so we can just go ahead and simulate to the end of the season recap. See if we get a win. If not, we still have an 11-win season. If we do get a win, we have a 12-win season here with Troy here in Season 4. So that should improve us even more. And we got the win. We are 12-4. Coach stability went down, so someone had to leave, but coach prestige improves. Excuse me. Brand exposure and conference prestige is still the same, but playing time, playing style, pro potential are still reasons why people want to leave. But let's check out the stats, of course, of this season. Ford had another good season, 23-4 with 2,800 yards. Coker came in for 2 for 4 for 11 yards. Rushing-wise, Fitzpatrick, 834 with 11 touchdowns for the sophomore halfback with 84 speed. Beckner also, I think, was the leading rusher, but I think he got hurt halfway through the season. He had 798 and 9. Walters had 42 carries, 213 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, White led the team with 816 and 3. Henry, though, led the team in touchdowns with 10. 04 led the team with 92 tackles. Downs led the team with tackles for a loss and sacks. He had 21 tackles for a loss. We had a lot more picks this time. Pickett had 4. Manu had 3, and a lot of guys had 1 on the season. We actually had a defensive touchdown as well. We did force a good amount of fumbles, recovered most of them, and we did not have a blocked kick nor a safety. Kicking-wise, we did miss 1 from 50. That's the only one we missed this season. Excuse me. Punting-wise, we punted 60 times, 14 inside 20, 11 touchbacks, and no kicker punt returns here this season either. But for the bracket-wise, it looks like Oklahoma beats Oklahoma State in a rivalry game in the national title with Louisiana Tech. If you're telling me if we would have won our game against Coastal Carolina, we would have made the college football playoff again. Would have back-to-back seasons. Granted, we probably would have got destroyed by Michigan, but it is what it is. Louisiana Tech, Michigan, Pitt, and Texas and Oklahoma State won their respective conferences. Clemson, Washington, Miami, Penn State, LSU, Oklahoma, and Georgia were the at-large bids. So congrats to them. And now we move on to players leaving and see who is leaving wise. Right now it looks like we have a couple of our quarterbacks wanting to leave due to playing time. It is what it is. Looks like we have Suggs wanting to leave, and he's going to be gone. Kiki is also going to be gone. Steele is gone. Joyner is going to stay. That's a big guard to keep. Hampton's gone. Clapp is gone. Freeze is going to stay. Drake is gone. And then, of course, Joey Head, who's a star dev, is also going to leave due to playing. He wants to leave due to playing time. You're a 66 overall, dog. You're not going to be getting anywhere. We do have a first-round draft pick with DJ Pickett, who's 92 overall corner. And then Sokovi White, a wide receiver, is going to get drafted into the 7th round at least. So we have some players going into the NFL draft here for Troy. That will help out the pro potential for corners and wide receivers if people want to come here for that. But yeah, 12-2 on the season. Not bad here for Troy. And I will be back actually in just a second because I do want to check the draft results, see if we got any more. Nope, it's first round and 6th round for Sokovi White, and DJ Pickett was the first round pick, and that's the first time we've had a first round pick. But anyways, I'm going to get the transfer portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 26 players here this season, which is very good for 16th in the nation and number 1, of course, in the Sun Belt with a 5-star, 7 4-stars, and 18 3-stars. We did pretty good here for recruiting. Let's go over to the development traits, see if we got anybody good. We got a couple impacts and normals. For our 5-star is a normal dev. That one kind of sucks. A couple impacts for 4 stars. Really, no one's. Well, we do have a star with Gabe Skaggs. So that's decent, but that's the only one that is a star development. Everyone else is normal or impact dev. We do need to move 2 guys. This guy is both of them are actually thumpers for that. So we'll go, I think we need middle linebackers. I think both of them need to be, because we're actually, he's a 71 overall Sam linebacker. We'll move him to Sam linebacker there. Yeah, Edward Dermott, the 4-star transfer, is an 81 overall. Of course, we have Adam Ford behind him. Someone's going to start. Halfback is an 86 with Beckner. We also have Fitzpatrick and Walters behind them. Of course, we do still have our star dev of Cleveland, so he should improve a bunch. Wide receivers, we have a 93 speed with Nolan. We have a star dev with Henry. And I think that's it besides Skaggs, but of course he won't improve at all this year just since he is coming in freshman. We do need some left tackle, or some left tackles, so we're going to move a couple guys. Like Paul Hasty will go to left tackle. Excuse me, I got something in my throat, and it sucks. Potts will go to left tackle. Hopefully I'm not getting sick, 'cause that would suck. But anyways, should be good now. Edge rushers, we are good. We also have an incoming freshman that is a 74 overall. He was a 5-star player, so that'll be good. Same linebackers, a 77 with a 75 behind him. Mike linebacker 76 with a 72 and 80 overall with a 74. Corners, we have a lot of speed now at corner. Well, some speed, 3 90s. Safety's a 90 as well. Kicker and punter are in the mid 80s. So that is very, very nice. Let's advance next week and go over our training results, which is the favorite thing for me to do. Just looking at how we develop. Championship contender and our punter wants to leave due to that. He's an 88 overall. He jumped up 7 spots. Huh. I mean, we already know that. He went up 7 spots to be an 88. Okay. Our wide receiver of Nolan's up to an 89. We also have 89 with Brett Beckner. This might be the start of something here. We just need a good quarterback. We have 2 81s, and it might be Coker. I don't know. He is a junior at 81 overall. Dermott, who came in as a transfer, he's not going to start. He might even be the third string. But Beckner will start for us. He still only has 83 speed. 91 speed for Walters is our fastest halfback, and he's a senior. Henry, though, is up to an 86 with a 93 speed. We have a couple guys with +7 and +9, but nothing really speed upgrades besides Caleb Henry. Tight ends a 78. Our offensive line is 73, 74, 73, 79, and 78. We really need to work on the offensive line. We did get a +8, though, from Steinberg. But I think that, that's it for the big upgrades, and he wants to transfer because of brand exposure. Love to see that. Our edge rushers are 80, 78, and we have a 77 defensive lineman. That's nice. 83 overall for Donnell Ware in his senior season. Parker and Freeze, technically same thing, or 77 and 74. Davis up to an 84. It's pretty good. Corners up to an 83 and an 81 with +4 speed for Stephen House. He's a sophomore redshirt as well, so he's got a couple more years at least, hopefully. And yeah, our punter went up +7. He went +6 kick accuracy and +8 awareness. So good for him. But let's advance the week, see if we need to encourage any transfers. Probably not at this point. We may be over. I don't know. And we're not. We're actually one person under. So, yeah, smile. We're going to advance the week again. And let's see what this team is. A lot of high 80s. We're probably going to be in like the mid to low 80 range for this team. If we're a 79, that's confusing. We're an 81. Got a lot of work to do in some spots, but anyways, that's going to end Season 4. It's on to Season 5 here with Troy. And here we are in year number 5 here with Troy. We go 11-1 here on this season. Pretty solid here with Troy. Sam Houston, our only loss was a 10-2 UAB team, so good for them. But we did beat Georgia Tech. We beat Sam Houston. We beat we beat Arkansas State. We ran through our Sun Belt. And now we get Old Dominion, who we did beat 31-7 last time. So if we can win this one, there is a shot that we go to the college football playoff here with Troy. In Season 5, we also signed a 3-star right tackle, which will definitely help out. And we do win. We are ranked 11th, so program tradition goes up, brand exposure goes up, and championship contender for some reason goes down. I do like how there's only 5 teams in A. It's kind of weird, but coach prestige or conference prestige is still pretty low, and playing time is low for a couple players, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll have to live with it. We also just set the single season rushing yards record, which is pretty nice. We'll take it. We win the Sun Belt, so we did win that game, and we will be going to the college football playoff here in season number 5 here with Troy. Pretty solid. We'll gladly take it. However, do we go very far? Probably not. We still got a long way to go. We do sign a 4-star Sam linebacker, though. That will definitely help out for the defense-wise. We only have a couple people wanting to transfer out now because we've been actually pretty good. Bryce Baker wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,400 passing yards, 40 touchdowns with a 76% completion percentage. And we'll be playing Ohio State in the college football playoff, so unfortunately, we have our work cut out for us here. We'll check out the bracket first. Texas Tech, as well as Troy, Texas, Miami, and Oregon will be the respective conference winners to get an automatic bid, with Duke, Georgia, Michigan, Nebraska, Ohio State, Alabama, Pitt as the at-large bid. So, I mean, let's just see if hopefully we don't get blown out. But more than likely we will, because they are a 95 overall team. And that's where we're probably going to have to get to here with Troy to even have a shot to do really anything. So hopefully we can. Maybe we pull off a major upset on the road. However, I just don't think that's going to happen. So we're starting on offense first. Let's go quarter by quarter. And the offense punts. And Ohio State gets a field goal, so we stopped them for 3. And it's 3-0 after 1. But unfortunately, though, our offense has been pretty stagnant today. Ohio State will put up a touchdown. They go up 10-0 at the half. And again, just nothing really going from our offense. Our defense has done an excellent job, and there's a touchdown. We also get one as well, but I think we can just go ahead and go by quarter and just end the game here. Yeah, 24-7. We finally put up 14 points, but it's too little, too late. So Ohio State will win 24-14. It wasn't that bad of a game for us. We just had to score in the first half, and we couldn't. And I feel like if we scored twice in the first half, we probably might come away with that win. But Ohio State does beat us, and we'll move on to the next round. But we did put up a fight, at least, and that should show for some recruits like, hey, you know, we're a small team, but we just went up against Ohio State on the road and actually did pretty good. But let's check out the stats here on the season. Edward, even though his thing is playing time, but I think it's because he's a senior. We do have Quincy Smith here, and he's an impact dev, so hopefully he is the guy, but I think Coker will be the main man going forward with 80 overall. So, but Edward here, 25 touchdowns to 2 interceptions with 2,800 passing yards. Beckner had a pretty solid season, 1,500 rushing yards with 12 touchdowns. Fitzpatrick with 391 and 9. And Walters, 6 carries, 11 yards, and a touchdown on the season. Receiving-wise, was led by Nolan with 832 and 4. Henry also had 767 with a 4. Coker also had 477 with 9 touchdowns in his sophomore season. We have some very good wide receivers that will be here for at least another season. Defensive-wise, 2 guys had 64 tackles. We had a lot of guys lead with 7 tackles for a loss. We had 1 guy with 4.5 sacks. Manu had 7 picks to lead the team. Do we have any defensive touchdowns? No. We forced any fumbles? We forced a good amount, but only recovered 4. We had no blocked kicks. We had 1 safety on defense. Kicking-wise, we did miss 5 from 50 and 1 from 40, so we missed 6 field goals and missed 1 extra point. Punting-wise, punted 52 times for 2,000 yards with 14 inside 20 and 8 touchbacks. And we did have a punt return touchdown. So that's pretty neat. So we'll go ahead and simulate to the end of season recap here. See how everything kind of goes for the college football playoff. And again, hopefully we have not very many people want to transfer out. Just because, again, we made the college football playoff, but I mean, really only 1 person wants to leave. But coach stability goes down. Coach prestige goes down. Athletic facilities improve. We are now a 3-star prestige. So that will definitely help. I'm guessing we have different staff members because it went down. Yeah. We have a new defensive coordinator. He does have master motivator, but really only for quarterback, D-line, and linebackers. But he does have architect, which will definitely be helpful, but nothing really for us. So, but our offense coordinator is still the same, and of course we are still the same there. But here in Season 5, Michigan defeats Ohio State, so we end up facing the runner-up. They beat Duke and Alabama before losing to Michigan, but Michigan beats Nebraska, Miami, and Oregon to go all the way to face a Ohio State team and win. So congrats to them, but let's go ahead and get into the offseason here of Season 5. And hopefully we can improve this team even more. But of course, the first things first is players leaving, and we only have, 1, 3, 6, 8 players. And one of them is a 6'6" overall, so he might just leave. Quincy Smith, though, is not going to come back. Deshaun Swope is staying. That's a big one. Mike Webb is leaving. Braden Abram is leaving. Skaggs is leaving. Dobbs is leaving. And Fitzpatrick. So only keep really 1 player. We can probably keep Magnum. Yeah, he's going to stay. So we keep both of our corners that want to leave, but we're going to lose 2 halfbacks, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a quarterback. That is going to hurt. Do we get anyone in the draft? I don't believe so. There's only an 84. So I don't think he's going to go. But let's just see. You never know. Sometimes they do get drafted in like the 7th round, and it just doesn't show sometimes. So we shall see with everything, but we're definitely going to have some wide receivers go next couple of years. But pro potential does go down. And I don't know if we get anybody. We do not. So fortunately, that doesn't improve. But anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So after the portal, we signed 23 players here in this class. If we go down the Sun Belt, again, it's the best class. And we also get a top 20 class. Almost top 15 with 14 4-stars and 9 3-stars. So pretty solid, but let's go through, see if we get any good development traits. We do get a quarterback of Turpin. He's an impact dev with our couple 4 stars here. Anybody else? Just normals and impacts. We do get a star on the left edge of Stephen Crummy. But, we also get another one with a transferred guard of Levi Steven. We also get another one with Josh Cobb, the transfer right edge rusher. We also get another one with Hugh Bieniemy, another defensive tackle. So, and another one with Ian Dickens, a star dev corner. So 4 of our star devs are all transfers, or 3 of them were all transfers. The other one was just a incoming freshman, which is still pretty solid. Pretty solid. We'll gladly take it, but let's go through position changes. We do have 2 to move. We have got Dominic Hooks. He is a power rusher, and he will definitely go there as well. He'll be a left edge. Whoops. That's already there. And, of course, this guy is a agile. This guy is a center, it looks like, so we'll have that going for us. But let's check the other side. So quarterback, we have 3. We only have 3 quarterbacks now with Coker, Turpin, and Talbot. Coker will probably be leading us, and then it will probably be Turpin the year after. Halfbacks, we have Beckner and Hogue. We also have Ellington behind him. So we only have 83 speed from Brett Beckner, which is a little unfortunate, but we don't really have much speed at halfback. We do, though, have 2 guys with 90+ speed at wide receiver. Hopefully that can improve even more. Tight end, we only got 2, Rashad Tam and Troy Smith. Nothing really else to write home about there. Offensive line is looking okay. We actually have a 90 overall right guard. We're actually going to move Norwood to left just because he'll start as an 80 overall, so that will instantly improve our offensive line little by little. Edge rushers were good. Defensive tackles were fine. Linebackers, we have now Slater, so he'll be good. We have 2 new Mike linebackers at 70 overall. Maxie's a will linebacker. Corners, we have Stephen House at 94 speed. We have a couple guys with 90, but definitely need some speed at the top with Ian Dickens. He's a star depth, but only 86 speed. We also have Honeycutt at 90. We only have 3 strong safeties, so we might move Portis over to strong safety, just to have it. Kicker 77. Our punter's an 88, but we do have to get a punter this offseason. But let's head into everyone's favorite stuff of training results and see how that goes. Plus 8,000 XP. That's a nice little chunk there. We get another level up. And we have some very good upgrades. We have 3 plus 90 overall players with Steven, Nolan, and Beckner. So the other guard we didn't move over. He didn't get much improvement, but let's go through. Coker is an 86 overall. He went up plus 4. That's actually pretty nice. Beckner did not increase his speed. The only speed we got was out of Ellington and Cleveland, who went up plus 7. He was the star dev, so he's going to be the guy that hopefully will take over in 2 seasons. I guess next season. Nolan is up to a 94 speed. We also have Henry at 94. We have Albrat at 90, so that's actually pretty good. We got a couple good upgrades at wide receiver. 92, 89, 87, 86 is our top 4. That's actually pretty nice. Tight end's up to a 75. That's nice. 79. He didn't improve. That's a little unfortunate. But yeah, we have a couple 80 overalls on the offensive line. We also have a couple 80 overalls on the edge, especially with Josh Cobb getting plus 9 up to an 88 overall. He is star dev, so that's actually going to help out a lot. Defensive tackle is up to an 86. He's also a star dev. He's got 1 more year with Bieniemy, or I guess 2, technically. 78 for Lowe, 78 for Brooks, plus 6s. Did we get anyone else plus 5? House went up plus 2. Dickens didn't really improve. He didn't improve at all. So 86 speed. He does have some good physical abilities, which is nice. But House up to a 96 speed. That's going to be nice. Brandon's up to, he's actually only 84. We might have Yebow or Swope start because they're fast. Safety, Honeycutt's pretty good. He's up to a 77, and also for our strong safety. And our punter's up to an 89 overall. So we actually have some pretty good players, and more than likely a lot of them are going to get drafted into the NFL next season. But I don't think we need to encourage any transfers. Nope, we are exactly at the limit. So that's nice. We'll just advance the week and go from there. because now we'll check our new overall here going into Season 6 here with Troy. And our overall is an 87 with an 89 offense and an 86 defense. And this team is going to be looking pretty good. But anyways, that's going to end Season 5. It's on to Season 6 here with Troy. And here we are in Season number 6 here with Troy. We go 12-0. We go a perfect season here inside the Sun Belt. I mean, we also beat everyone. Tulane was ranked at the time we played, and we gave Louisiana Tech one of their losses. And we also beat a Louisiana team that was also ranked at the time we played them, and we actually shut them out 42-0. This team has put up a lot of points. 51 against FCS, 31 against Old Dominion, 42 against Central Michigan, 59 against Tulane, 55 against Arkansas State, 45 against South Alabama, and 42 against Louisiana. And I believe we also set some new records this season inside the Sun Belt with Troy. Let's see if I can find them here. We did pretty good. I mean, I think it was rushing touchdowns with Hogue getting 21 on the season. That's insane. But last year, of course, we had rushing yards. This year, we have rushing touchdowns. So apparently he had a lot this season, so that's pretty nice. We will have to face Old Dominion here in the Sun Belt Conference Championship game. A win, and we're back in the college football playoff for the back-to-back seasons. But I still, again, I don't think we're going to be there. We do send a 4-star halfback out of Idaho, so that's nice. And we actually lose our first game of the season. That's kind of unfortunate because we were doing very, very good. How did we lose? Keenan Awesome, QB out of Wyoming, wins the Heisman Trophy. 4,600 passing yards, 38 touchdowns with a 70% completion percentage. We playing Missouri State in the Boca Raton Bowl, so we do not make the college football playoff after losing in our conference championship week. How did we lose? We beat Old Dominion already 31-10, and we lost 45-42. Are you serious? Wasn't even in overtime. We just straight up lost. We outplayed them. We did. We outplayed them. How? We even had a pick. Coker had 390 with a touchdown. We had Beckner rushing for 4 touchdowns. How did also Ho get 21 rushing touchdowns? What happened with this team? I don't know how in the world we lost. So, I mean, we should beat Missouri State pretty handily. We're just going to sim the week just so we can see the stats. We do win. We are 13-1. That was going to be obvious. We have barely anyone wanting to transfer out now. Beckner sets the career rushing touchdowns record. So that's nice. And we also, that was the Boca Raton Bowl winner. So again, we win a bowl game, but not the college football playoff how we were expecting to be with almost a perfect season. But Coker does pretty good. 3,200 passing yards, 25-5 with touchdowns to interceptions. Of course, Turpin and Talbot. It's probably going to be Turpin who's going to take over after this season. Rushing-wise, Beckner, his senior season, 1,600 rushing yards, but 17 touchdowns. Again, Hogue, his senior season, 722 with 24. He had 24 rushing touchdowns. That's insane. Henry, 879 with 6. Nolan with 837 and 6 as well. Coker also had 730 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. Do we have 2 guys named Coker? We do. Are they brothers? They could be. One's 1 year younger. Tam, our starting wide receiver, 326 with 4 touchdowns as well. Defensive-wise, Brooks had 70 tackles. We had 3 guys with 10-plus tackles for a loss. We had 2 guys share with 5.5 sacks, even though Bieniemy actually did get injured this season. So that's a little unfortunate. But we had only 9 interceptions, and they're by 3 people. Each of them had 3 picks. No defensive touchdowns. We did force a bunch of fumbles and recovered most of them as well. We had 1 blocked kick. We had no safeties. Kicking-wise, we missed 3 from 50, but made everything else besides 1 extra point. Punting-wise, we punted 43 times for 1,800 yards, 7 inside the 20, and 5 touchbacks. And we did also have a punt return touchdown from Nolan as well. He's a 91 overall, so he'll probably get drafted this season. But let's go ahead, simulate an in-season recap, and then we'll go over the college football playoff and how that went here in Season 6. But hopefully we can be even better heading into Season 7. Again, 13-1 season, again, is pretty solid. At least we win the final game of the year, at least. And it looks like Texas defeats Oklahoma State 54-52 and over in triple overtime, at least, to win that game. With Wyoming actually made it, with Michigan, Oklahoma State, Florida, and Miami as the automatic qualifiers. With Texas, Alabama, Texas A&M, West Virginia, Penn State, UCLA, and Pittsburgh as the at-large bids. And Texas went all the way as the 5, barely, and they destroyed Wyoming. They barely beat Pitt, only won by 6 against Alabama, and then won by 2 against Pitt and Oklahoma State. A former Big 12 matchup as well in that game. But let's see who is going to want to leave the school. I don't think we really should have much. I think we're only going to have 3, and 2 of them are okay that we can let go. One is a kicker, though. We kind of need to keep our kicker, and our kicker's going to stay. Jamie's also going to stay, and Slade will leave, so we will need a corner. But we should have 2 guys in the draft, one in the 2nd round and one in the 4th round, it looks like. A couple guys are just outside, but that should help the wide receiver spot and the offensive line. But let's advance the week and see where those players went, because I have seen where it's projected 2nd round and they get drafted in the 1st. I've also seen projected 2nds get drafted in the 3rd. It just kind of depends. But a pretty solid season overall-wise for this team. That's that. We'll go over that in a minute. But draft results, and we get 4 players. An offensive guard went in the 2nd round. Steven went in the 2nd. Nolan went in the 3rd. Dickens went in the 6th, and Beckner went in the 7th. So we actually had 4 players get drafted: a guard, wide receiver, halfback, and corner. Those will help those positions well. But anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. So for the portal, we signed 27 players here in this class, and we just had a top 10 class. 24 stars, 7 3-stars. We didn't sign any 5-stars. That's why we're probably not up there. But what a class. Here from Troy, of all teams. But we do get a star dev, Mike linebacker. He was a 4-star, so we'll gladly take that. We get an elite dev quarterback. He might be the quarterback that leads us to victory pretty much. We also get a star dev Sam linebacker as well. This might be one of our best classes. Another star dev Mike linebacker as well. We get a star dev halfback, a star dev halfback again, an elite dev edge rusher, a star dev wide receiver, and an elite dev Mike linebacker. That's a transfer. He was the number 3 in the nation, number 3 transfer, and we got him. And this team, or this class, might be the reason why we go pretty far in the next couple of years. But let's go through. We only have 1. He's a backfield threat. He, again, is a halfback. He's a 74 overall halfback as well. That's actually pretty solid. But let's go over the team. So halfback or quarterback is probably going to be Turpin, because he has impact depth, until Ezzy, or we're going to call him Gerald, probably takes over next season. Halfback is an 87. This will, of course, go up because we do have Cleveland, who's a star dev. We actually now have 3 star dev halfbacks. Granted, they don't have speed. We also don't have speed at half or wide receiver anymore. We have 1 guy with 90 speed, so we're definitely going to look at that. Offensive line, we have a lot of guards, so we're actually going to move Ha. What a weird name. Afa Ha. All right, we move him to left guard. We still need a right tackle. We also need another center, but we have a lot of right tackles. Steinberg will move to left. He'll move to left tackle. He'll be an 80 overall. We are also going to move Slater over to center. I think, yeah, he's a 76. That's not terrible. But, I mean, that just gives us more players up the middle that we can have. And our guards are fine. I guess we could have moved Thomas over to right guard, but he'll take over for him anyways. We need to move Weathersby to left edge because he will immediately start there as well. With that, we also probably should move 1 more. Probably Coffee. He'll move over there. It just gives us depth at every position. Defensive tackle, we're good, actually, with 284. Sam linebackers, we're fine. Mike linebacker's a 91 with Larry Friend, and he's got elite dev. He'll improve a ton. 83 edge. Corners, again, we're pretty quick. House with 96 speed now. 95 from Adonis Jones. But Gano has 90 speed. But, of course, Jones should jump over them. We have a 90 speed, strong safety to lead us there, and then 78 for our punter. So we're actually pretty good on our punter side. This team might improve a ton in the training results. So we shall see what happens. We get 8,000 XP. Brand exposure is one piece why I want to leave. We have 4 people wanting to leave. That's not very many, but let's check the training results. Yeah, we have 490 overall players. Larry Friend is also a junior. We have him for another season. He's an elite dev. He went only up +3. Kind of wild. Quarterback is a 77 with Turpin. Again, he's probably going to be only just for this season. He's going to have 96 throw power, which is actually kind of solid. Ellington's 89. He'll start. Cleveland only went up +3. That's kind of wild. Wide receiver, Coker went up +1. Rosario went up +2. Everill went up +4. Tight end went up +2. A couple pluses. +6 for a left guard. We'll take that. +3 for Slater, who we just moved him over. Yeah, +3 for an 87 now right tackle. 83 left edge, along with an 81 behind him. Cobb's a 95 on a right edge. 90 overall for our defensive tackle, who's a senior. +6 for our Sam linebacker. We got +6 for Largent as well. Larry Friend, of course, went up +3. He's a 94 overall. We also have an 84 Will linebacker. We have an 88 corner with Steven House, 75 or 79 for Swope and Newsome. Yaboa went up +4. Newsome's also a freshman redshirt, so he'll have a couple seasons to grow as well. Jones up to a 79, went up +5. Portis went up +6. He's a 76, and then +1 from our kicker to go up to a 78 overall. So, again, let's advance the week, see how this team looks. It says, well, we got to see if we need to encourage any transfers here. I don't think we need to. We actually do need to cut 2 players. So, let's go through. Talbot might be one since he is his playing time, so he'll get cut, or I guess encouraged to transfer. Who else can we let go of? Maybe one of our defensive players that's not going to play. Like Gillette. He's a sophomore. We have a lot of freshmen above him now, so he can go, and that's exactly at 85. And now let's see how much this team improved. We were at 87 last year. Again, we're probably going to be way over that. We might be a 90 overall. And we are an 88. With a 91 defense and 86 offense. So the offense did take a step back. We did lose a lot of players in our offensive side of the ball. But the defense being a 91 is kind of insane. But that's going to end Season 6. It's on Season 7 here with Troy. And here we are in Season 7 here with Troy. We go 11-1 here on the season. Another solid season with Troy. But unfortunately, we are number 18th in the nation. Our only loss came against a ranked 6 Michigan. They went 10-2. We beat Louisiana, giving them one of their losses on the season. But then after that, we kind of had an easy schedule. But 2 teams combined went 20-4 with Louisiana and Michigan. I mean, we won pretty much every game by multiple scores. I don't know how we're only ranked 18th in the nation, but I mean, if we can get a win, we go 12-1. We may have a shot at getting in the CFP barely. But we have to win this game. We'd sign a 4-star middle linebacker as well. And a will linebacker. All right, so sign some pretty good players. And we do. And I think, because we are number 12, I think we get in. We are the Sun Belt champs. We jumped way up. Wide receiver had 9 for 210 with 2 touchdowns. That's insane. He wins the National Player Offensive Player of the Week. He had to at that point. Quarterback of Michigan wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,200 yards, 31 touchdowns with 74% completion percentage. And we're playing Oklahoma State in the first round. So we do make the college football playoff, barely. And I mean, we barely get in because Oklahoma State, USC, Alabama, and Miami were the only ones to win their conferences. Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Michigan, UCLA, Oregon, Notre Dame, and Georgia are the at-large bids. So if we can beat Oklahoma State, we'd go on to play Georgia. But, you know, it's another college football playoff appearance for us. And maybe, just maybe, we can get a win here. Who knows? But let's go ahead and get it started here against Oklahoma State. They are, again, an 88 overall. We actually have a better overall and a better defense than this team, but they do have a better offense. But it all depends on how the simulation goes and see if we can't get a win. Of course, we are on the road. I don't think year 7 is going to have the be-all, end-all, be-all here with Troy. But you just never know. Whoops, I did by in the game, not by quarter. That's on accident, but Oklahoma State will get a field goal and 2 field goals after a turnover, and we get a touchdown to take a 7-6 lead at the end of 1. Second quarter, we get a stop and a touchdown, and we have a... Nope, they get a touchdown. They don't get anything before the end of the half, so we have a 14-13 lead at the half. Second half time, we have to punt, so do they, and then we get a touchdown to go up 8 going in the fourth quarter. So our first chance at winning our first game in the college football playoff, and we have an 11-point lead. After a huge run that got us into field goal range, now let's see if the defense can get a stop, and we do. And the offense, unfortunately, does go backwards, and we miss the field goal, but then we get a pick, and Troy will win their first college football playoff game, 24-13 win over Oklahoma State. So we're going to go play Georgia. I mean, we'll take it. A win's a win. And that means we're only 2 wins away from making the national championship. Of course, probably not going to make it that far, but you just never know. We've seen some teams catch fire and make the college football playoff before in a couple of these weird simulations, but you know, Larry Friend wins the Sun Belt Defense Player of the Week, I think, because we might be the only... Well, I guess some other ones played. But now it's on to Georgia for the Rose Bowl. And they are a pretty good team. They're 95 overall. Actually, 95 is probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen for them. But unfortunately, I think this is where the season ends here with Georgia. And, I mean, I could be wrong. We could pull off a miracle. But with how this team is done, not very many people will probably want to leave after the end of the year, again with another college football playoff appearance. But starting on offense first, and the offense punts, but so does Georgia. Misses a field goal, but then they get a touchdown to take a 7-0 lead after quarter number 1, and we'll take a 10-0 lead heading in second, and now it's 10-7, now 17-7 though at the half. Georgia will start with the football. They get a stop. We get a touchdown. A 3-point game now back to a 10. And we're going in the fourth quarter with a big chance for Georgia to extend the lead, but they don't get it. Now we have a chance to make this a 1-score game, and we do. It's a 3-point game with 5 minutes to go. Can Troy somehow, some way pull this off? But we got to get a stop here, and we don't. They get a touchdown. It's a 10-point lead again. I really don't think it matters what we do here. And we will lose to Georgia by 10. But hey, another strong outing from Troy, even though it was against a way better team. I feel like maybe one more season and we may be able to do it. But a 10-point loss, unfortunately, here for Troy. But we'll never know. You know, I mean, we set the single-season receiving touchdowns record with Merrick. I think that's a freshman, if I'm not mistaken. It said season for Troy. There they are. Receiving touchdowns. Yeah, Merrick, 15 on the season. That was the record. It was 15. It's kind of wild, but check out the stats here before this season. We had a lot of our quarterbacks play. So Turpin's injured. Ezzy also had to come in. He played 8 games. Turpin played 9 games, and Wiley played 2. So we had a lot of injuries this season. Turpin played 9, had 1,800 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Gerald also played 8 games with 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with 1,000 yards. And Wiley played 2 games, 229 with 4 touchdowns and 0 picks. Pretty decent. Although Ellington, of course, did get hurt at the end of the year. He played 13 games, had pretty much 1,500 yards with 13 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Rosario had 848 with 7. Merrick was a senior. I guess I forgot about that. He had 832 with 15 touchdowns. He had the single-season record. Friend had 92 tackles. And, of course, his championship contender, and it's an A. So we should be able to keep him around unless he goes to the draft. especially with him being a 96 overall. But House led the team with interceptions. He's an 88. He'll be gone. We have no defensive touchdowns. We did not block a kick. We actually forced 3 fumbles and recovered 6 of them. Do we have any safeties? No safeties. Kicking wise, we missed 7 field goals and no extra points, so we're good there. We did punt 57 times for 2,500 yards with 16 inside the 20 and 5 touchbacks from a true freshman is not bad. But we did not have a punt return or kick return touchdown this season. So let's go ahead and head on into the in-season recap. See who eventually wins the national championship, and we will kind of go from there. But so far, really only 2 people want to leave cost prestige. 1 or 2 for playing time, 2 for playing style, and 1 for brand exposure. Well, that's a lot of linebackers as well. But seeing what happened here, it looks like Bama ended up defeating Oklahoma in the SEC matchup, 37-31. Georgia ended up losing to Oklahoma, 45-34, in a tough matchup for them. But we'll have to see what happens with us. We'll see players leaving. Hopefully none of them want to leave for the draft early, because if they do, that might put us another step back. Yeah, we have a lot of people wanting to leave, but Castaneda will stay. Matlock will stay. Denbo will stay. That's a big one. DeVoe will leave. That's a Mike linebacker. McGahee will leave as well. DeVoe was a star dev too. That's kind of unfortunate. Sapp will leave. Largent will leave. And Averill will stay. It's a big one. But unfortunately, our Mike linebacker and our right edge rusher will leave. They do go in the first round, so this will definitely help out the pro potential for edge and linebacker, especially Mike linebacker and just edge, or especially D-line. Do we have anybody else? Bieniemy is projected 4th round, so again, more D-line going into the draft, but man, losing our starting, so pretty much he comes over for 1 year and instantly goes pro, so I guess that's fine, but that just means we can other people can develop, but we lost a lot of Mike linebackers, so we got to hit that in the portal. But we'll officially see where they officially went here in the draft results. And yeah, we had 5 players. House gets drafted in the 7th. Ellington gets drafted in the 7th. Bieniemy gets drafted in the 4th. And Friend and Cobb both get drafted in the 1st round. And that will definitely help out the pro potential. But anyways, I'm going to get the portal done. I'll be back in just a second. The portal, we signed 21 players, which is good for a top 10 class. 3 5-stars, 12 4-stars, and 6 3-stars here for Troy. Again, Willie, we're battling out with a lot of very good teams, especially a lot in the SEC. I mean, number 7 in the nation is not bad. Overall, recruits-wise, we're number 13, and transfers-wise, I don't know exactly where we'll be. We'll be number 46, so we signed 6 players, but still pretty solid. We'll go over everyone. We, of course, signed 3 5-stars. Impact, Elite, for the strong safety with 96 speed, 95 acceleration, with 82 zone. It's probably the best player I've ever seen so far. Obviously, we have a wide receiver with 91 speed and a corner with 91 speed. Again, have impact devs. We do get another elite dev, this time with a left edge with Mike Holland. Do we have anybody else? A couple impacts, a couple normals. We do get another elite dev with a corner transfer, Dale Keogh. That's it. Everyone else was a normal or impact dev. So a couple things that go our way there. But obviously, we still have a lot of good players on this team. This guy's a thumper. I think we need to go Mike linebacker because, again, we lost a lot of them. And then this guy's a dual threat, so this guy is a quarterback, which we'll put him at quarterback because, unfortunately, those can't really move. But as he should start, he is an 80 overall with elite dev. Other than that, Turpin is 79 with impact. Maybe he took over late in the season, I would guess, because, again, he played last year, so you just never know. Halfback with Cleveland is an 87. Hopefully he improves to over a 90. Turpin's a 79. He might go up to above 80. Wide receivers look good. Tight end looks good. Offensive line, we need to move one to right or to left tackle. We'll move Titus Mitchell over to left tackle. Why does that actually sound like an actual NFL player? I don't know why that sounds like someone, but we have a very good offensive line. We also have good edge rushers and somewhat good defensive line and a good Sam linebacker. My linebacker's going to take a big hit. Will linebacker's fine. Corners are good. We just need them to develop their overall. Free safety's good. Strong safety will be amazing now. Kicker and punter are in the mid or the high 70s, so we'll gladly take that. Let's advance to next week and see the training results and kind of go over with that. We get another level up, a level 39. Again, we are still a 3-star prestige, but conference prestige is the main reason why people want to leave. Playing style for 1, pro potential for 1, and then brand exposure for a couple halfbacks. But let's see where we are at. We do get a dev upgrade with Swope. He's up to an impact dev. That's actually kind of what we need from him. But we have 290 overalls, so not as many as we did last year. But quarterback is an 83. Ezzy is up to an 83 overall with 85 speed, 88 excel. Turpin's an 82. So we have some really good quarterbacks here. Halfback still an 88. He didn't improve at all. That's kind of unfortunate. But Turpin went up to an 82. Cullen went up to an 81 overall. And Proctor was up to an 80 overall. We have 4 80 overall halfbacks. Of course, our 2 90 overalls are wide receivers. We got a plus 10 from Doss. Plus 5 to his speed and plus 5 to acceleration. We'll take it. Tight ends up to an 81. Offensive line, 89, 87, 79. So nothing from our center. Plus 8 for a right guard. Plus 80 for plus 4 for another one. Plus 6 for an edge. Plus 4 for the other one. Plus 3 is 89 overall defensive tackle. We might have some people get drafted again next year. We do have an 80 overall Mike linebacker, so that's not too bad. Will linebacker is an 88. Corner is an 84, along with Keogh, another one. He went up. Both of them went up plus 5, even though Newsom's an impact dev and Keogh's an elite dev, yet they went up the same overall. Same thing with Hale. He went up plus 5, even though it was a normal. Free safety's up to an 84. Strong safety's an 81. Portis is an 80. Kicker's an 81, and punter's an 82. So good for them. So let's advance the week. See if we need to encourage any transfers. I don't believe we need to, but we can go ahead and take a look. And we actually do. We do have a couple halfbacks that do want to leave, and mostly due to brand exposure. Cullen will stay. I think about wanting to get rid of Thomas because there's a lot of people ahead of him. So we'll encourage Thomas to transfer just because we may not keep him anyways. And Hay actually wants to leave due to conference prestige, so we'll encourage his transfer too, and that will be that. So we'll let them go. That's fine by me. And now let's see what this team's going to look like and how good our overall will be. Last year we were an 88 with a 91 defense, a little bit lower on offense, and now we are a 92 overall. I think this is the best roster we've ever constructed in this so far. Obviously, we've won national championships with lower this, but man, let's get in season 7. It's on season 8 here at Troy. And here we are in season number 8 here with Troy. We go 12-0 on the season. Another good season here with Troy. We ended up actually beating Penn State, who only went 7-5, but we had a couple tough matchups against UAB, ranked Louisiana Tech, Southern Miss, which you only gave them the 1 loss on the season. So we actually had a pretty good. Our combined points record were 87 and 69. However, we're still only ranked 17th. So as long as we win this one, we can get in. So let's see if that can happen here with Troy. I think if we win, we can get in. Maybe as long as there's no one that's above us that wins their conference championship. We are 12, so it looks like we do sneak in again. We are Sun Belt champions, and of course we do get a Will linebacker with a player of the week, as well as our running back as well. So we're pretty solid there. But we'll check out the bracket, see if we do make it, and it looks like we do. We had to play Clemson with Nebraska, Miami, TCU, Alabama, and us making it as the automatic qualifiers, with Clemson, Texas, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Pitt, Ohio State, and Ole Miss as the at-large bids. So congrats to everyone involved here in the college football playoff. But now, it's time for another run. And this time, hopefully, we can get a win and move on. Ole Miss quarterback of Alfonso wins the Heisman Trophy. 4,800 yards, 55 touchdowns with a 72% completion percentage. And, of course, like I said, we're playing Clemson in the first round of the college football playoff. And Clemson is a 94 overall, but we have a better defense than them. So let's see what we can do here against this Clemson team. Of course, we would love to get a win. Be a pretty good win, too. Of course, Clemson's coming off the bus at home. We are going to be starting on defense first, and the defense gives up a field goal. The offense punts, and Clemson will have first and goal to start the second quarter, and they will score a touchdown. So we're down 10-0, now 10-3. The defense has yet to stop them, but then we get a quick touchdown before half to make it 17-10 going into the half. Second half starts with Clemson getting a field goal after a stop. We get a field goal as well. Fourth quarter, that starts with a punt, and then Clemson doesn't do anything on offense, and then we have to punt as well. On 3rd and 5, they get a big first down. We get off the field, though. We still need a touchdown, and we're punting again. Why are we punting? Down by 7 with 2 minutes to go. We have the football at their 23-yard line. We get a touchdown with 1:10. So we have come all the way back. We also get a stop, and then we turn it over, but then they also do as well. But we are heading to overtime. A big 12-yard gain. It's 4th and 5, and we have to kick a field goal. And Clemson now just needs a touchdown, but they also kick a field goal. And Clemson on their second opportunity have to kick another one. So we just need a touchdown. We have first and goal, and we win it in double overtime, 29-26 over Clemson. An absolute huge win here for Troy. We'll be moving on to the next round with a big touchdown in the second overtime when the defense held them both times. As I said, we had the better defense. They had the better offense, so both strengths were going up against each other. But we do get the win, and we are going to be moving on to go play Ole Miss in the second round. So back-to-back years, we've had positive outcomes here in the first round of the playoffs. But now, we got to get past the first round. Facing the number 4 team in the nation, that is Ole Miss, who went 12-1 on the season. And this Ole Miss team is a 92 overall. Again, same thing. Better offense for them, but we have the better defense. So let's see how we can do against this Ole Miss team. Again, we're the same overall, at least team overall-wise. So we'll see if that plays a factor. We beat Clemson in double overtime. I would like to not have double overtime in this one. It would be very, very nice. We are starting on offense. Now the offense punts, but so do they, and then back-to-back punts. We get a touchdown to take a 7-0 lead here after quarter number 1. Second quarter, Ole Miss will put up a touchdown. We would turn it over, but then we get a big touchdown before the end of the half, but they get a field goal. It's 14-10. But we get another turnover. It's 21-10. Make it 24-10. Going in the fourth quarter, we have to start with a punt. So a 14-point lead here for Troy. They get a touchdown to make it a 7-point lead, and then we turn it over. And Ole Miss will tie the game up with 4 minutes to go. We go 3 and out, so Ole Miss has a chance to take the lead, but they have to punt. All we now need is a field goal, and we are in field goal range. We get one with 30 seconds to go. They have no timeouts, and Troy will defeat Ole Miss 27-24, and we'll be moving on to the semifinals for the first time here with Troy. A big, big win for us. Now, let's see if we can't get another and move on to the national championship game. And that's what we're here for. This is what the whole video is for. And we'll be taking on Alabama. This will be fun. Whoops, I did top 25. I guess this works, but we're just going to go through the bracket because that's a little bit easier in my opinion. Alabama defeated Kansas State. Pitt defeated TCU and Miami. So it's Troy, Bama, Pitt, or Miami here in the Final Four. So, of course, we get a giant of Alabama, and they are a 99 straight squad. But hopefully we can get an upset here and move on to the national championship game. I've seen Alabama lose some of these games late in the season. Maybe they do it again. Maybe they falter. Maybe they turn the ball over a couple times. I think that's what will happen if we can get a win. We force a couple turnovers. But we're starting on offense first here in this one. The offense goes down the field and gets a field goal. Defense, though, gets a stop, and it's still 3-0 after quarter number 1. And it'll still be that way, and still that way till we make it 10-0. It's still 10-0 at the half. Second half now, Bama does put up a field goal. We get a touchdown, and I thought we had another, but it's 17-3 going in the fourth quarter. Alabama can score at will. So we got to get a stop. We get another turnover. It's 1st and 10. We get another touchdown. It's another turnover forced by Troy's defense. It's 27-11. They go with the onside kick. They don't get it. We take knees, and Troy will prove that we're the better team from Alabama. It's a 27-11 win over Alabama. And that means we are just one win away from having a perfect season with Troy. A giant, giant win, and now it's, again, either Pitt or Miami. Either ACC teams going to be facing a Sun Belt team, and we're proving why we deserve to be here. Beating Alabama, beating Clemson, a couple high-profile teams to get here. Ole Miss. Of course, we're going to get the Player of the Week awards a lot, but we'll be playing Miami in the national championship game. So they are 14-1 on the season. They have lost, and they are a 99 straight overall squad, just like Bama was. So let's see how we do against Miami. They, again, are straight at 99, just like Alabama was, like I said earlier, but I need a win. Gotta get an upset. But who knows what can happen. We're going to start on offense first here in this one. And the offense goes down the field and gets a field goal. My defense gets a back-to-back stops. It's 3-0 after the end of 1. Second quarter, we put up a touchdown. So we're up 10-0. Still that way, and now it's 13-0. And it'll be that way at the half. A big 2-score lead going into the second half. A defense gets another stop. It's 21-0. It'll be 21-3 going in the fourth quarter. So a big lead for us. However, we do have to punt. We did waste a minute, though, off the clock. Miami, though, will put up a score. It's an 11-point game with 4 minutes to go, and we get a 3-and-out again. 4th and 1, they get a first down, but they're eating a lot of time. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They don't get a first down. We, again, have to punt, but I don't think it's going to matter because Troy has won it all here in season number 8. A huge, huge win for Troy. This was a dominant national championship game. Yeah, we only put up 21 points, but the defense held them to 10 points. A pretty strong team held to 10. The defense was, I think, the MVP of this run. Clemson was a tough, especially double overtime. They stopped them to field goals both times. And then our offense scored a touchdown in second overtime. Against Ole Miss, they did pretty well. Against Bama, they did exponentially well. And just like that, we have another team down here with Troy. And, of course, we'll check out the stats before we go on to the end of the video. But we'll go over stats and, excuse me, we will end it there. But obviously, we're gonna get the national champion banner, and we'll of course check out the stats here of the season. And Ezzy or Gerald, I'm gonna call him maybe Easy, 34 touchdowns, 10 picks with 3,600 passing yards. Rushing-wise, Cullen with 675 with 8. Turpin with 615 and 12 for the freshman redshirt. Cleveland had 585 and 6. Surprised he really didn't get many carries. He only played 8 games, so I guess he got hurt. Receiving-wise, Paxton over at 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns. Avril had 961 with 13. Rosario had 649 and 5. And Smith, our top tight end, 558 with 3 touchdowns. Defensive-wise, Slater led the team with 71 tackles. Crummy with 21 tackles for a loss. We had 4 guys with 10-plus tackles. Rashad Fries had 9 sacks. He did get hurt at the end of the season. Crummy also had 8. Newsome had 5 picks on the season to lead the team. We actually had 2 defensive touchdowns. Newsome and Higgins had defensive touchdowns. We forced a good amount of fumbles, recovered most of them. We had 3 blocked kicks. We had 2 safeties. Man, this defense actually kicked butt. We did miss 4 field goals from 50 and 1 from 30. And we missed 1 extra point. So we missed 5 field goals and 1 extra point. We punted 62 times for 2,700 yards, 11 inside the 20 and 9 touchbacks. But we did not have a punt return or kick return this season. But anyways, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit the like button down below. It is free will. It helps out the channel. I do apologize for not getting these out a lot more than what I would like to. It's just these smaller schools are very hard to rebuild now. Instead of in 25, it was pretty quick. And plus, I'm doing a lot more in 26 than I am doing in 25. But if you guys do want to see a team that we have not done before, write a comment down below. Again, make sure you check the description just so we don't say a team that we have already done before. That'd be very, very awkward. And then, yeah. But if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be on the road to 600 here very, very soon. And plus, also on the road to 1,000. We're already halfway there, but I appreciate all you guys, all the new people that have come around. Of course, if this is your first video, welcome. And go watch the other couple episodes here for winning a national title with every team in here in 26. Of course, we did this all in 25. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, weekend, whenever you guys are watching this. I'm out. Peace.